What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Dose. Today we're continuing with E3 week with the Sony press conference. Actually been meaning to get this to a couple days ago, but we've actually had issues the past couple days with the stream, so we're finally getting to it today. So jumping right into it, Sony, obviously I think Sony just really needs to pretty much do what they did last year. Sony had an amazing E3 last year, and they were focused last year. Pretty much, it was all games. You know, they started with the God of War unveilment, and it was actually really dope to see last year because they actually started with gameplay, like right out of the gate. Like that was how they announced the new God of War game. It was with actual gameplay. So I think obviously the PS4 Pro is already out now. So I mean, I'm sure we'll see him focus. I don't want to say maybe not a lot, but I'm sure they'll focus on VR as well because they're still really pushing the PSVR platform. But I think it's a pretty safe assumption that it's going to be heavily focused on games once again. I'm sure we'll probably see something on the God of War game. We'll probably see something on Days Gone. I hope that we see something more on Days Gone because that game looked incredible last year, and it would be awesome to see more on that. Who knows if they're gonna have something like another Death Stranding thing. It's kind of funny for how far off Death Stranding is, and we've already had two trailers at it. So I mean that game is definitely, like, I don't even want to hazard a guess. It's definitely several years off, I would say. Also, one has to wonder. I mean, because Bungie is going to be at E3 as well with Destiny 2, but one has to wonder if they're. I mean, since they already had this Destiny 2 gameplay reveal last week, like obviously their E3 thing isn't going to be too big, so I'm wondering if they're going to be maybe if they come out during like the Sony conference, since that they are they have this exclusive deal with Sony a lot. I mean, I could see that where they show or talk about kind of what some of the exclusive content that Destiny 2 will have for the PlayStation. So I can easily see something along those lines. I was talking with somebody at work the other day, and we were talking about the Sony conference, and he was saying something like, "Do you think we'll hear or see something about the PS5 or something?" And I'm like, "Hell no! I think that's way too soon." I mean, maybe if there is to be if there was like anything with that, like it would be some, like, I don't know, really subliminal teaser, like maybe you just see the number 5 somewhere or something. Like I think it's way too early for that. But Sony does have to I'm trying to think of the word, but they do have to do something big, right? Because Microsoft is obviously they're going to be showing off the Scorpio, and probably hopefully finally giving us a solid release date and price point. I mean, one thing Sony can do to actually do this is maybe do a price drop on the PS4 Pro, because ever since the PS4 Pro came out, it has always been the same price. So if they, I don't know, maybe do, I don't know, like a $50 price cut on the PS4 Pro, even if they did one just on the standard PS4, every time you see these price cuts, it always does kick up sales on the consoles a lot. So there's a lot of things Sony can do, but like I said, I just have a feeling it is going to be like last year. I'm sure they're going to stay focused on the games, and like we said the other day on Microsoft's conference, Microsoft really has to focus on the games as well, because that has been the hit on them this generation, is their lack of console exclusives. I mean, the only really good one that they've even had lately, was Gears 4. Scalebound actually, flopped and is canceled now. So I hope that they're kind of going back to Microsoft, but I hope that they're kind of not riding on the laurels of the Scorpio too much. But I am stoked to see what they do with the Scorpio. And then as for Sony, like I said, actually I think one thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that I hope we see, and I'm sure we probably will, probably a look at Insomniac's Spider-Man game. Last year at E3 we got just kind of a glimpse, like a quick glimpse on I think it was CG. It was like a computer generated clip of the Spider-Man. So an actual, maybe if we even see gameplay, but an actual showing of that game, I think that's probably a pretty safe bet as well. I would also, hopefully we see also what Visceral is working on, because we know Amy Hennig is heading up a third-person action-adventure Star Wars game. That one would be incredible to see. We'll actually probably get more into that when we discuss the EA conference, which we'll actually do tomorrow, which is what we were actually supposed to do today, but since E3 week kind of got pushed back the last couple days. But so we'll do that tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow we'll for Daily Dose we'll talk about some of the publishers and developer conferences, such as Bethesda, EA, Ubisoft. Ubisoft has actually already announced a couple things that they're going to be showing just recently. You know, they already started talking about The Crew 2, Far Cry 5, and the next Assassin's Creed as well too. So we'll get into that tomorrow as well too. If you're watching these on YouTube and you want to catch them live, we do the Daily Dose every Monday through Friday at the start of the streams. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You catch them at twitch.tv/SoldierOnly. And if you're watching these later on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Sub to the channel for more content, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.